The Unfiltered by Jade.
Jade.
Welcome to the Unfiltered by Jade, where we get out of the box and dive into topics that are sidelined. I look forward to entertain, educate, and inspire. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donate, and make everybody know about this.
Beats by RB Records, a proud sponsor of The Unfiltered by Jade.
Welcome to the Unfiltered by Jade. Today we have Danielle. But before, I'm not going to give you the information on her. I'm going to let her give her information. So, hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm
That's
doing
good.
great. So, tell us about yourself. Everybody wants to know who is this Danielle and what she does.
Okay, well, I'm Danielle. A lot of you guys know me as Longing for Nostalgia on YouTube or Famous Soul Six Girlfriend or whatever.
Boy, yes, girl.
um, but I'm Danielle Lewis, and I'm pretty much just here to talk about, I guess, a little bit about my business and how it started and all that stuff. So I'm excited to share that information with you guys.
Yes, and even touching on the YouTube that you do,
Mm-hmm.
I I met you. Well, I met your YouTube channel by watching Zoisha. You
Mm-hmm.
had done a part one and part two. I think it was. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Rate the art,
reading
something to
and
that. That's
yes.
how I. That's and I was like, And I think what kind of let me click on. Let me say, let me subscribe. Let me subscribe to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you were talking about Christianity and you're a Christian and what you're doing. I was like, okay, fine. I'm a
Yeah,
Christian. I can hardly find persons who are Christians, to watch and enjoy. So
yeah.
let me do this. And here we are.
I'm glad you
So
came
you,
over.
yes. Yes. So I want you to tell us about your company and what made you start it.
Okay, so my company started officially at the end of July, but I don't know, health and fitness is something that I've struggled with for over 5 years.
Okay.
So with COVID and everything, and knowing the goals that I had, I just said, like, what better time to focus on myself than now? I don't have to get up and go to work. I don't have much responsibility around this time, so I should just use it to focus on myself. I'm used to working like more than two jobs, so
Okay.
to be able to actually sit down and relax and focus on me was a huge thing because right now I'm very big on like just self-care and self-love, and working out in the beginning wasn't such a huge responsibility for me because I was just working on becoming a better person. Like, I didn't see how far it would take me. I didn't see myself being here, starting a business or anything like that. And when I was actually able to put in work and physically see changes, more changes that I've seen in my body than years before, I'm just like, you know what? I'm doing this already. I have this Instagram page. Why not start a business?
Mm-hmm.
A place where, like, mostly women can come and feel comfortable and talk about their bodies and look for a place to feel encouraged when they're down on themselves or when they set goals for themselves that they can't complete. This is, a really good time to do that. Everybody's home, everyone's on their phone. Why not transition into something better that has to surround your health? What can you do to
Mm-hmm.
become a better person, either mentally or physically? What can you do? So that's what I decided to do. Everything that I had started over the summer, I started putting together in workout plans, like PDF forms, and I just put it up on my website. And I'm just like, look, I'm not just selling my Google research.
Right.
I'm selling what I did to get to where I am right now.
And that's that. I mean,
Yep.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Everybody, decided to do something. We're at home,
Yes.
so why not start something? And it's not just starting something for starting something. It's starting something that will benefit other persons.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what are you coming out of COVID with? That's what I ask people generally,
Mm-hmm.
because we're at home, can't do anything on lockdown, and if it is that you're under this lockdown and after the lockdown you still haven't done something different or come up with something different, than what was the purpose really?
Yeah.
what was the purpose really? So, do you ever feel like not working out because you talk about your fitness program, and I watched that transition from what you were to now, and
Mhm.
we like you can't, none of your clothes can fit you, so you go to buy clothes. Listen. So tell us, how do you, if you ever feel like you don't want to work out, and how do you manage doing that? Pushing yourself and motivating yourself to actually do so.
Um, there have been times where I just don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay in bed and just do nothing. But I have to remind myself where I was before when I used to do those things. I wasn't in a good place mentally or physically,
Okay.
and that would allow me to do things like binge eat or eat unhealthy or just be super lazy. And whenever I'm in that state where I don't feel like working out, I just constantly remind myself of those things. Is it worth to go back to where you were before when you've already worked so hard? Like you have to know where you want to be to continue to push yourself. And I know I have, personal goals for myself that I want to reach. So when I feel super lazy, I give myself that time to feel lazy, but I don't allow that feeling to consume me for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a point in time where I at least get up and move for 20 to 30 minutes, even when I don't feel like it. Because, I'm human. Like, not every day I want to continue on the same routine. But
Right.
I think about those things, and when I open my messages on Instagram on my fitness page and I see, people message me encouraging things like things I've done for them, or, they may lost 10 pounds by using one of my plants or something, that pushes me to continue to do what I have to do because I know people are watching. People need to be motivated. I'm not the only one out here that needs motivating. People messaging me and telling me their weight loss story, that motivates me enough to get up and continue to do what I have to do.
And that's good. Because even for myself, I'm trying also to get on this fitness journey, and sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
Like, do I really have to get up and do this?
Mm-hmm.
Do I? But when I look at the health benefits, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be back where I was before.
Yes.
And I know exactly what it can bring on for persons, where it can make you feel too heavy. You can feel too heavy sometimes, like you can't even manage your own self.
Yeah.
And I don't like the scale. I don't
No.
like it at all.
That will
And
tell you a boy, like,
listen to me. Sometimes I go on that scale and I'm happy that I'm gonna go on, because yes, I'm gonna lose weight and it's gonna show when I go, and I come back off, and I always say to my husband, don't ask me, do not ask me
mm-hmm.
what that scale said. No, we're not talking about it. Is dieting included to make the process work? And could you give us some tips on dieting?
Dieting is the main thing. Like I tell
Hey
everybody,
guys.
like I tell everyone, you can go to the gym for as long as you want. If you are not eating healthy, you are not going to get the results that you're looking for. Um, I just remind people, like, it's an 80-20 thing. 80% of your weight loss is contributed towards the way you eat, and the other 20% is working out in the gym. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Things like heavy carbs, processed foods, stuff like that, I don't consume at all because I know that my body likes those things. It holds on to those things. And even when I was heavier, I wasn't heavy because I overate. I was heavy because I had a really slow metabolism. My
Mm,
food was not breaking down properly. And when I did eat, I was eating bad things. I was eating a lot of
right.
rice, a lot of pasta, burgers, fries. Like, those are not good things to consume, right? So your diet does have, a huge part. When it comes plays a huge part, sorry, when it comes to losing weight. So it's very important to at least try to cut out things in your diet that you know aren't best for you. I tell people all the time, like, I'm not super strict with my diet. I don't believe in being super strict because then the process just seems harder than it needs to be. You have to give, yourself a break sometimes. Or if you're going from eating super unhealthy to eating healthy, you got to start cutting back those things little by little. You can't just say, today I eat meat, tomorrow I'm vegetarian. It's going to be so hard.
And I think I'm on that path now in
Mm-hmm.
terms of how to change my diet. I was speaking to my spouse about it, and he was saying, "Boy, we should just try like 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something." And then, because as you said, just switching it up tomorrow does not work. It's
No.
not gonna work. But sometimes I watch your vlogs and I see that you're preparing. You need to do more of those, by the way. So you're
I
preparing
will.
you're preparing these foods, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, it's so good, and I'm like, said it's not for you, girl. This not for you. Stop making it look like say you're gonna be full, and and then you talk about some of the snacks, and I'm like, she know this girl knows that this is not fully. She knows. I don't know who she's trying to convince about these things, but I can see the results of it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying probably if I should change up my diet, because all right, let me cut out the rice, let me cut
Hmm.
out stuff, heavy stuff like that, meats, and what is there to eat?
Yeah.
No, really, what is there to eat?
No, it's true though. After you really cut out like the main parts of your meal, you're just like, okay, so what else? You know?
What else is there?
But what I found works is like, we're used to just eating 3 meals a day. You have your breakfast, you have your lunch, and you have your dinner, right? That's fine. But for me, I feel like breaking it up into at least 4 to 5 meals a day, smaller portions, you're full a lot longer, especially depending on what you're eating, right? Because you can still have breakfast and then you may have like a smoothie or some fruits or nuts or vegetables, and then you have your lunch. And then you may have another snack, and then you have your dinner. And it's not like what you consume, it's how much of it you're consuming. So,
Portions.
yeah, portion control. So, you may like rice and may not want to cut out rice, but instead of having the 3-4 spoon of rice, maybe you just need 1 spoon of rice
Just
and then you
Christ.
add more vegetables. You know what I'm saying?
Miss, we don't like vegetables around here. No, all right. For I don't like vegetables. So I prefer to blend up my vegetables or make it into smoothies and drink it.
Yeah,
I prefer to
yeah.
drink it than to
Okay.
eat
Then to
it.
eat. All right, all right. Okay.
That's what I prefer to do, and to like drink the beetroots and to you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get tired of it, and sometimes honest truth is that sometimes the food is bland.
Mm-hmm.
The food is bland, but you're not working. We're working. It's a work in progress. I
Yes.
will continue watching you. So I'm here watching you too.
Yes.
All right. So before we go on to the other questions, we're gonna go on a quick break and come right back. Shopping Assistance Jamaica takes the stress away. Our services include online and local shopping in Jamaica for individuals and businesses, personal shopping, purchasing of company and office supplies, importing and exporting small packages across Jamaica and worldwide, helping you to find unique gifts and items for all events and occasions. Contact us at 876-919-5195. Shopping Assistance 2015 at gmail.com. Follow Shopping Assistance on Instagram at Shopping Assist JA, at Twitter at Shopping Assist 5, and Facebook at The Shopping Assistance. Shopping Assistance, your style, your budget. Welcome back to the Unfiltered by Jade. We are speaking with Danielle, and we are speaking about the different, her different businesses and also weight loss, and how she go about it. And we're talking about diet, and I'm here sharing with her that that's the hardest part for me, actually, dieting and how to eat, and you have to eat clean, and then the exercise. I mean, I say, God, I've done I've walked on 5 miles, and I would really love to have lost the weight right now that I've walked the 5 miles. And you go back and it's not lost. And food is important, as Danielle is saying. The food that we eat is important. So, Danielle,
Mm-hmm.
your clients, because you have clients working with, are
Yes.
clients easy to work with while coaching them to get where they want to be?
I would have to say the clients that are easier to work with are my one-on-one clients. So those are ones that just train with me by themselves, not in a group setting.
Okay.
And it's easier that way because they're required to meet with me at least 3 times a week. They have to check in with me after every workout and all of that stuff. I can't force people to eat, but I'm here to help you on your journey, right? Can't force you to eat right, but I'm helping them on their journey. And with them, it's like because I'm there, I feel like they go a lot harder because they're seeing
Right.
me. They're seeing me watch them, and I always share encouraging things like you're doing great. keep going, it might burn, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Or if they stop during a workout or get super emotional, I'm just like, listen, take this time to stop and think about the person you're going to be at the end of the 30 days that we're working out together. It's going to be hard in the beginning. Nothing you pick up at first that you haven't done in a very long time is going to be really easy. It takes
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot to get there. So you really just gotta give yourself a chance and just be kind to yourself and be kind to your body. And with one-on-one trainings, I really love those because I get to do like a lot of heart to hearts with my clients. Like when they come in and they feel like they haven't lost any weight, I'm just like, girl, put the scale down and look at yourself. You know, from day one to maybe day 14, to me, like their face might look a lot smaller, their upper body's a lot smaller, but they don't see that because they're focusing too much on the scale.
So is it that the scale is not giving us the right readings? Tell me and become me try mine. Let me know how this goes.
Honestly, I don't practice to weigh myself with the regular scale because you don't know what's muscle mass that you're gaining. You don't know what's water weight. You don't know what your body is, basically broken up into when you buy a regular scale. So I buy a body fat percentage scale. That scale shows me my body fat percentage, it shows me my BMI, it shows me my water weight, it shows me all of that stuff. So I know if I put on weight, maybe like 2 or 3 pounds, it's not necessarily that I've gained body fat, I've just probably gained muscle, 2 pounds of muscle. So
What is that scale called?
it's a body fat percentage scale.
Body fat percentage scale.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's
So people, I think we're having the wrong scale.
Yes, that's the scale you need to use, or you need to use a tape measure and just take your measurements. Or I do a lot of non-scale victories. So if I have a pair of pants I knew was super tight, I will take that pants down and I will wear it. I'll try it on like maybe every week, and
Right.
I'll check to see, if I'm losing any inches, because in that case I may have gone down 4 inches, but the scale is still the same as it said 2 weeks ago. Right.
Mm.
So non-scale victories are just as important as weighing yourself.
That's with yourself.
Yes. But going back to the clients, I feel like one-on-one clients are easier to deal with than group clients. When I have clients like over 15 clients in a group when we're doing a 30-day challenge, a lot of people fall off because they get discouraged or
Mm-hmm.
they focus too much on the prize, and it's not about the prize. It's about, coming out stronger on the other end. And I had a challenge the other day with 30 women. And when it came down to closing everything, I was down to 3 people.
Wow.
And a lot of people were messaging me saying, like they're going through a lot of issues, dealing with COVID or their mental health, or their mind wasn't in the right place. Like they were focusing too much on winning, then focusing
Right.
on, their weight loss. And I'm just like, the incentive for me at the end is to give you something, that you can use to show people how hard you work. Maybe buy yourself a new pair of pants because you lost 10 pounds. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or go out for dinner or enjoy yourself, do something. That's just me giving back to you because I see the work that you're putting in. It's not a competition. You can't, you know, get into these things and expect to compete with the next person. We're not here to compete. We're here to encourage each other, you know?
Is that the only thing, or is it that we're expecting that as we go on this journey, after 2 weeks or a week, we're supposed to be seeing results, and
And
sometimes we're
that
not seeing
too.
that result?
And that too. I feel like because of that, people look at me and they're just like, wow, she lost all this weight. But it took me 5 years. It didn't take me 30 days, you know?
Mr. Truth is nobody wants to wait 5 years. The thing
No.
is, remember, we are now in a society where we have Instagram,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you look at Instagram and people say, "Oh, I started this, and 2 weeks time I'm this stone." They don't have no belly. After 2 weeks, them have
Mm-hmm.
nothing, and they look so good. And you're like, "So why is it that I have been working out and I can't look this way?" So when it is we are pushing, and 2 weeks come out, we're still pushing, and we're not seeing anything. No, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not. We're not motivated to continue. You
No.
get me?
And I tell people all the time, I'm just like, 30 days out of 365 days is nothing. The least you can do is give yourself 30 days. And even if you're not losing anything or losing a lot, that's 30 days of you learning of what not to do the next time around. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it took me 5 years because I was lazy. It didn't take me 5 years to lose 100 pounds. People lose 100 pounds in 2 years, a year to 2 years, and that's just straight dedication. If
Mm.
I was as dedicated this summer, like years ago, I would have
Mm-hmm.
reached my goal a long time ago because this summer I lost
Mm.
30 pounds.
Nice. Very
from
nice.
working out at home. And it's just like, okay, wow, if I had this mindset years ago, I would not be here. But it takes some
Mm.
longer than some. And I always tell people, I'm like, weight loss is more than just you getting up, eating a salad, and going to the gym. If your mind is not, in the right position to receive those things, it's going to take you a
Mm-hmm.
lot longer. You know,
Right.
like it happens. Like a lot of people go on Instagram and they find somebody that, they want to look like, and they're just like, okay, I'm doing everything they're telling me to, but I'm not losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's body functions differently.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things you got to like figure out for yourself.
Bingo.
Yeah.
What are some of the changes that we're supposed to expect while doing, well, being on the journey of healthcare, taking care of
hmm
our bodies, doing exercises? What are some of the changes?
Um, well, based on my personal experience, I would say you'll have a lot more energy.
Okay.
I don't sleep in as long as I used to. And I just feel more energetic. Like I can get a lot more things done through the day. I'm not feeling a lot of pain. Um, Having on all that weight, I kept re-injuring my knee. So I had a knee injury, and it wasn't because I fell or something. It was because I was just straight overweight, and it was causing my
Mm.
knee to slip out of place sometimes, or I would limp because it would be so painful. But realistically, your body's not meant to carry so much weight, right? So after taking off all of the weight, I don't have any more knee issues. I'm not having any lower back pain.
Wow.
Yeah, and as a female, sometimes we're just like, oh, like big boobs this, big boobs that, but sometimes it's not. It's not that you. It's not genetics. Sometimes it's just
Mm-hmm.
the weight,
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was the thing for me. I just thought it was genetics for me, but after I lost all the weight, I lost everything. So
Mm-hmm.
majority of the times, it's just being overweight, and honestly, having a smaller chest has reduced my back pain.
Mm.
I'm not having
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not having any issues with that, and that was a really big thing for me. Sitting for long periods of time, my back would start to hurt me, and things like that. I can run a lot longer. You just feel a lot better.
A
Even
lot better.
Yeah, and even with eating healthier, my hair is not as dry as it used to be.
Wow.
Yep, a lot of things have changed. My skin
Wow.
is not as dry. Like yeah, so some things that you might not think are contributing to those little things, like having lower back pain, or your hair is not growing, like stuff like that. Changing your diet can change those things.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
do you like eat meat still, or you don't eat a lot of meat? What do
um
you do?
well, I was vegan, and
Okay.
yeah, I was vegan for 2 years, and that's actually what helped me lose a lot of the weight.
Ah.
Yes. And about, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, I started eating salmon again. So I'm not vegan, but I still try to follow a vegan diet because it's just a part of me now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is the hardest part of being a business owner?
Huh. The hardest part is just when the business just includes one person because
Mm-hmm.
I have so many things. Like I have to edit YouTube videos, I have to manage my Instagram page. I do my website by myself, shipping, packaging, labels, all of that stuff. All of that stuff I do by myself. And, it's great because you're gaining experience, but after a while, it does take a toll on you in terms of, you lose sleep here and there and stuff like that. I would just have to say balancing everything is probably the hardest part. But
Mm.
it's going to be worth it in the end because you're seeing all this hard work that you're putting in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was watching, I don't remember which one of the YouTube videos, and you were speaking about how it is to be a small business owner and the issues that, small business owner face.
hmm
I remember even starting my YouTube because I started it this year also,
Yeah.
and the issues that I faced in regards to it. And people don't really push small businesses as much as they push the bigger businesses.
Yes.
And everybody struggled. And I remember calling someone. I had spoke to Nisha about it. Ziggy and Nisha.
hmm
And I spoke to Nisha about it, and she encouraged me, and she was like, listen, nobody's gonna push your business like how you need to push
Oh,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if nobody wants to follow it, you continue pushing it. It is your
Yeah.
business. You continue making something of it. And I mean, that for me was the ideal thing. And even herself, she was saying, "Look at me. Even with this and the amount of following, I still have issues with it." So
Exactly.
even when you're growing, you will still have issues. And she said, and for me, I had to take a step back because when I didn't see it going as how I wanted it to, I nearly threw a fit about it.
Yeah. You get
Oh my
very
goodness.
discouraged. Yeah.
Yes, you
Hmm.
get very, very discouraged.
Yeah.
And even while watching what you were saying, I was saying, wow, it's true, you know. I mean, it made me feel like, okay, so I'm not the only one
Hmm.
feeling it or being that way. Because sometimes YouTubers don't let you know or let you aware that, listen, we're feeling it too somehow, you know.
Yes.
So you doing that, I can understand. So that was something for me actually to take from that YouTube video that you did.
Yeah. There's always somebody watching it, and if there's any advice that I can give anybody that does feel that way, the most you can do is just don't wait on somebody to promote your business. You wake up in the morning, you have your Instagram page, post your business. There's always somebody watching, and it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but that right person will give you the boost that you need. So just keep posting your little flyers, messaging people to do promos for you. There's always someone watching and always somebody willing to support you.
Mm, always.
Yeah.
So tell us about TLC. How does the TLC work in cohesion with your routine for weight
Uh,
loss?
this is a really good question because
Uh-huh.
honestly, I made a YouTube video about it like closer to the time I started, and it's interesting to see both positive and negative comments on videos like that because people always have their mindset on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And for me personally, like with TLC, when I give people like advice or talk about the product or anything like that, I go based on my personal experience. I'm not reading
Okay.
to you what the package is saying.
Right.
Packages can say what they want to say, it's how your body reacts to it, right?
Right.
When I started TLC, I was really skeptical. Like when started the products, not with the
Right.
company. I was very, very, very skeptical because I'm like, look, I've been on this weight loss journey for nearly 5 years. I've tried everything. Like, you can't tell me this is going to help me in any type of way. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But when I started, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. I did the detox and I was like, okay, this is great. I
Mm-hmm.
felt good after and all of those things. But I feel like my mindset going into it was like, this is a weight loss tea. It's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to make me lose weight. So when I took the tea for the 5 days and I didn't lose the 5 pounds like everybody was raving about, I was like, this is garbage. Like, I don't want to take this
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? The girl reached out to me again and I got my mind together and I did my research and I'm just like, okay, so it's not a weight loss tea, it's a detox, right?
Mm.
Everybody's body needs a detox every once in a while. You can't eat like garbage and expect you going to the bathroom, a few times a
Mm-hmm.
day is enough for
Right.
your body to get rid of all the toxins and stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So I bought a bag of tea, got the multivitamin and stuff like that. And in the first month of doing that, I lost 15 pounds. So I'm
Wow.
like, okay, this is great. Yep, lost 15 pounds my first month. And that's just not with just the tea and the multivitamin. I was working out. And it's not like I was working out heavy. I was only working out maybe 20 minutes a day at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave my body 20 minutes. I changed my diet and I did the detox. And I feel like that helped, get my body out of the funk that it was in because I was sitting at 165 for months and I couldn't break it no matter how
Dog.
healthy I ate.
She preaching to me.
No
You're
matter how
preaching.
healthy I ate, no matter how much I worked out, the weight wouldn't go. So I'm like, something has to give. So,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? So I felt like my body just really and truly needed a detox. It needed to get rid of all the stuff that weren't really good for me in my body to actually get me on that path to start losing the weight. So after that, I was just like, okay, this is crazy. So long story short, like TLC has now become a part of my daily routine just because of how the products make me feel. And
Okay.
I'm more of a person that I like to stick to natural things, and
Mm-hmm.
the products are natural products. There's
Okay.
no type of chemicals in there that are going to harm you unless you may have, certain things that you're allergic to, or you may have a health condition where you can't take, a certain product, which is fine. But for
Right.
me, there's products in there that contribute to my energy daily, or somebody who has like trouble getting their thoughts together, there's products that help with that too. It helps with like mental clarity or to help boost your mood, or if you're low on energy or you need something to get you in the mood to work out, there's a product for that. And for me, like we were discussing earlier, like how do you get yourself to work out when you don't feel like it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So before I even change the way I'm thinking in that moment where I'm feeling weak, like I just want to lay around, I also take something called NRG, which gives me energy, but it also helps my mental clarity. So it helps
Okay.
clear all those negative thoughts for me personally and give me like maybe 15, 20 minutes. I have all the energy that I need to get through my workout. So
Mm.
it's things like that. It's not, what the product just does, it's what it does for you. I can't
Mm.
read a package and say you're going to experience all these things. It's how your body reacts to it.
And
So,
it's a good thing that you pointed out that about this the weight loss, and
yeah.
because I've been told about it,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, should I? Should I? So there's someone I know that she sells the products. So I started buying the tea because I wanted to see it work, because everybody's talking about this tea and they lose weight, and I'm like, oh, probably I need to take it to try and lose weight.
Hmm.
So I got the tea from her and I took it, and I mean, it wasn't bad. I think I lost some weight. I'm not
Hmm.
quite sure. But I said, let me try the tea again, and I did, and I like the tea, but in my mind, it's supposed to be making me slim. So if I
Exactly.
am not seeing it making me slim,
Hmm.
I feel like, okay, so there's a problem. Do I need to drink more? Do I need to, you know? And I ordered the Delgado the other day
Yes.
to try and see. All right, let me see if this one will work, because in my mind everybody's talking about it makes you, even the Delgado, these things make you lose weight or whatever. So I guess I probably need to do some more
Yes.
research on them, to see how to take it and how it goes. I think a lot of persons also have an issue because they say, boy, it's expensive. And
Yes. The pricing.
that's, yeah, the pricing is expensive, so people tend to, even when I'm talking to persons about it, they're like, yeah, but that's too expensive.
Mhm.
And, but sometimes I say, yeah, but I think sometimes it's better we try and save and get it.
Yes.
Because if it is that it works and it will help us, we get it. And instead of paying doctor bills.
Hmm.
So sometimes we have to do that comparison. And the other question is, if it is that we continue taking it on a daily basis, even after we have lost the weight that we want to lose,
Hmm.
we're going to continue losing the weight. So is it a continuous thing that we have to be on every day, or just take it for a time period and then we stop and that's it?
You can stop whenever. Like, I get that question a lot too. And perfect example, when I started, I was taking three products that were supposed to help you lose weight the fastest. And it's like burning the fat. It's just suppressing your appetite so you're not overeating, right?
Mm,
That's what the product does. Because most of the time, you see something in front of you and you know you're full and you're going to eat it anyways because it's in front of you. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So, with that specific product, and the one I'm talking about is called the Resolution Drops, that's the one that helps you lose the most weight. And when
Oh.
I got to my goal of 145, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm not taking it anymore. I stopped taking the Resolution Drops. I stopped detoxing 5 times a week, and I was like, I'm cutting it off now, right? Because
Mm,
it was just making me lose weight really fast. So I start like now I only detox 2 times for the month,
okay.
and I haven't taken the Resolution Drops in months, and I have not gained a single pound.
Oh, really?
It's up to you to maintain that. It's just like saying, you're eating healthy and you're going to the gym, right? But if you
Mm-hmm.
cut out eating healthy and you're just going to the gym, you're going to end up gaining weight. But
Right.
you have to be able to maintain it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? You eat
interesting.
healthy, you go to the gym, you lost 20 pounds. That's great. But if you stop doing either of the two, you're going to
You're gonna go right
you know
back.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like that. Like, I cut off the products. Yes, cold turkey. I'm not taking it, but I'm still maintaining my diet and I'm still maintaining my eating. I mean, my working out routine,
You're
my
working
workout
on
routine.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's not like, you lose 10 pounds from taking these products and then you stop tomorrow and you're going to gain it back.
Mm, interesting.
I haven't experienced that, and I don't know anybody that has. And honestly, sometimes I feel like we think like that because there are products that do that. But you have to look at the ingredients and what these products are made of.
Mm.
What's in it?
Interesting.
Yeah, what is in it that's making you keep the weight off? Is it something that your body's going to consistently need to keep the weight off, or is it something that you can stop?
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I like that. I
yeah.
like that. So, thank you so much. You have given us insight. You have given me insight on these things. So, I'll definitely continue doing my research. Now, I want you to tell the people where they can find you.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys can find me on Instagram. I have two Instagram pages. If you're
Mhm.
interested in my weight loss journey or fitness or anything like that, you can follow me at Danny underscore 95S. So
Mhm.
DANIE underscore 95S. If you're interested in my just daily routine, you can follow me on my main page, which is Love Crimes. So at love underscore crimes 95 on Instagram, or you can subscribe to my YouTube page, Longing for Nostalgia.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So, thank you so much, my dear. It was really good having you.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely. And yeah, so guys, just listen out for our next podcast next week, Tuesday, on the Unfiltered by Jade. Thank you.
Bam bam bide, bam bam bide, badu bidi, bam bam bide, bam bam.